This fight's against George Foreman. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. They are giving us a high-tempo show. Do not throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. When you're fighting a swarmer and you know their goal is to bury their head right in your chest, the uppercut would probably come in handy.
You are fighting a swarmer. Be smart, be sharp, concentrate, but you've got to be confident. Do not dance his dance, because that swarmer, once you do that, you're giving a man a chance that shouldn't have one.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Jab misses. The straight right just misses. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
If you're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching you every move, that every twitch.
Nice counter shot. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fighter. Get out there and get the job done.
I like that round. Good work. Good man, good man. Just
and then start gathering your pace and get your momentum back and win the round.
there. Relax now. I don't want you to load up. Don't be looking there.
You're my back on the job. It was a god-awful round, I tell you. Now, come on. You're way better than that guy. You've let him back into the fight. You're not even in the same league as him.
Out. Go up there and finish him. Good work out
The round. You've completely switched off. Get your mind
Can't miss him. Great work. Stay focused. Don't move back into the fight.
back into the fight. You're much better than that guy. You're much better.
Right. Don't give him no free shots. Keep smart.
The referee calling for seconds out as we get set to jump back in the action.
There you go, back.
Good work. Don't forget the jab and don't get carried away. Think about the defense on the end.
He misses with that jab. Nice job blocking the hook. You'd like to see more jabs. When you're at a reach disadvantage, you want to get out of the middle of the ring and push your opponent against the ropes.
Never gonna happen. If you've got a good jab, you've got a good reach. I know nobody can ever get past that jab.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Swing and a miss with that jab. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Good counter punching. Caution being thrown to the wind. He blocks the jab. Frazier is in trouble again. Good defense from Frazier.
What caught sleeping on the job? What do? You step.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. after what we saw in that last round, it's pretty... On to the third. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he wasn't ready for that counterpunch. Hook just can't find the target. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Incredible firepower from both of these heavyweights. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
You would not want to be hit by this guy, trust me. Straight right just misses. Frazier in trouble. Is this the beginning of the end for this legend? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Go back out there and win this round.
Great round, now relax. Just keep him on the end of that jab.
You've done all that work all the way through camp, and now you're going to go back out.
Start sticking a few body shots in there. Bury it up a little bit so we can't figure you out.
Boxing back together. You've done all that work in camp. You got to get out there and switch on. Get your boxing back together. Get your mind back on the job. That was a
Great round. You were thinking, you were smart, you weren't loading up.
You're much better than that guy. You're much better. It's not even in your league.
And don't get carried away. Think about the defense on the end and what you do.
Good place. Don't worry about that round. Don't worry about that round.
Those are for one shot at a time. Sets him up, but you'll take
And that'll do it for the time between rounds as we get set to get back in the action.
So you've got to be smart, otherwise you'll see it and ride it out. Go on.
Back at it in round 4. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Misses with the jab. Straight right just misses. Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
Nice counter. Both men step back for just a moment. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. pretty dominant.
What do you do? Let's go.
There's the bell to start round 5. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Unlucky to miss with that jab. That punch landed. Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket him.
Perfect counter lands. A straight right just misses. A swing and a miss with that jab. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Throws the jab but does not score. Those counter punches have to hurt. Do you believe what we're seeing? Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Feel good? Good man, good man.
Back, and then we'll go again. You done all that work in caps?
Stay focused. Don't run back into the fight.
Right. Let's go out there and get your boxing back together. Listen, be smart when you go out there. Just take the round off and win the round on your jab. And breathe when you're stepping back, all right? Good.
You were smart. You weren't loading up, but you were still landing your power shots.
Go there, and let's reset. Forget about the round. It was a bad round, but we don't...
Defense on the end and what you do. Good work. Good work out there.
Go back out there, and you will win this round. Get your mind back, get your focus.
Great work. Stay focused. Don't worry about
And that'll do it for the minute break as we get set to get back in the action.
Win this round, all right?
looking there for one shot at a time, sets him up, and you'll take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolutely...
On to the sixth round. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes.
Oh my goodness, Johnny! And he did not take that well at all, Klitschko! How are they still standing?
Ring days now.
Could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you continue.
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
We need to turn this around halfway through.
Is that but ever hope? Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points up until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. Let's talk about Klitschko in that last round. And there's the bell for round 7. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because you're...
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Klitschko is stumbling around. He's got to find himself here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. And he scores with the counter. As we burn through these rounds, this aggressive fighter continues to come forward, seemingly with endless energy, John.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I gotta respect both of them. More than happy.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Catch and shoot. Can you imagine if he knocks out Joe Frazier? Well, this is the time that the trainer... And we enter the 8th round. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt, you've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp, don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Looks like he's going to move around the ring a little bit more, try some stick and move. There's a counter shot. These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
That counter shot lands. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Well done with that counter shot. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Counter punches. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. The 3 judges